Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this live webinar. My name is Snigdha Mishra, and I shall be moderating this live webinar session. Today's session is on advancing careers in sports nutrition and health. And the presenters are Ms. Chang Chi Yin, Ms. Foo Kai Li, and Prof. Norima Abdul Karim. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes. This session is being recorded. We have muted all the microphones for all the attendees. If you have any questions for the presenters, please use the Q&A feature in this Zoom webinar. Without further ado, let's welcome our first presenter, Ms. Chang Chi Yin. Ms. Chang Chi Yin is our NT118 alumna. She graduated with a degree in nutrition from IMU. She is currently working as a corporate nutritionist with the goal living healthier together. She aims to improve the employee's health by developing a healthier working environment. Besides nutrition, education, and health screening, she is also responsible for taking care of food safety in the workplace cafeteria. Chi Yin believes that good nutrition and a healthier environment could support the employees for their own well-being. Without further delay, may I invite Ms. Chi Yin to take the floor. Thank you. Over to you, Chi Yin.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Chi Yin, so I will be sharing my screen soon. Okay. Right. Are you able to see my screen, Dr. Snigdha?
Yes, Chi Yin. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm Chi Yin. I'm actually an alumni from IMU. So before I start, I would like to thank IMU for inviting me for this talk. I'm very honored to be here to share about my experiences. Yeah, so I will begin. So actually, I'm working at Top Glove as a nutritionist, corporate nutritionist. So I've been working for these positions around 6 months. So before that, I actually completed my practicum 2 with Top Glove for around 4 months. So I continue with a staff after that. Yeah. So Top Glove currently are having around 10 corporate nutritionists. So here I am to share the roles and responsibility for the corporate nutritionist in Top Glove. So usually we will provide nutrition consultation to the participants. And also we will produce some health poster, conduct health workshops, and we will also organize health roadshow or events and perform canteen inspection. And we also did other things related to health. Okay, so I will be sharing some pictures at the later slide. Yeah. Okay, so these are the 2 health workshops that have been conducted. So you can see the first one is health snacking workshop. And the second one will be allergy away, keep reactions away. So for the first workshop, obviously you can see that I provide the tips on how to snack healthily and also provide some tips on how to choose the healthy snacks. So for the second workshop here, is basically focusing on the food allergy and also the food intolerance. As you can see from the pictures here, we open our sessions to all the employees who are interested, and sometimes they're going to be up to few hundreds of employees that are interested. So yeah, these are the workshops that we conducted as a nutritionist. Yeah, sometimes we will also organize some health workshops based on the health conditions of the employees after a health screening. Then we will let them to raise their awareness on the certain health conditions. Okay. All right, these are the pictures that we conducted our health roadshow. Yeah, you can see from here, we extend our health roadshow to 11 sessions. So they are in the tower is a office area, and then we also extended to other 10 locations in our factories. So these are the pictures with all my team members and in corporate health. So you can see that we purposely wear different color tone of the color for different session. Yeah. So I will be sharing that what we do in the health roadshow at next slide. So these are the things that we do during the health roadshow. So as a corporate nutritionist, so you're not only doing the nutrition consultation, we also need to do others. For example, like the first station, we do the registration. We help with the registration. And then the second one, blood glucose screening. So this one is we help the participants to take their blood glucose and see whether they are in the normal range or not. So for others, we do the blood pressure measurement, and also we do body composition analysis and nutrition consultation. Then we are also having the games on the health screening. Yeah. So these are the things that we do in a health roadshow. We are actually organize this health roadshow. They are total around 1,200 of participants that are attended lah. Yeah. So there's a lot, a lot of employees that are interested in this. So we are also happy to add a nutritionist to extend all these health benefits to our employees. Okay, so just now, Dr. Snigdha has already mentioned as a corporate nutritionist in Toggle, we are also perform canteen inspection based on monthly basis. So we do need to check about the canteen cleanliness, and then the food storage, about the food hygiene, and also we will check about the food healthiness. So this is to ensure our employees and also the food in the canteen is safe to consume. All right. So after I am actually very glad that MU prepared me well before I'm going into a career as a corporate nutritionist. So now I would like to share about my MU journey. So you can see a lot of pictures onwards. Okay, so the first one is the MPU semester. So this one, we have total 4 modules. So these are the activities that I had during my MPU semester. So for the first picture is about the Festival of the Arts performance, and then the second one is the project presentation. I presented about a comic book that we created. Yeah, and then for the third picture is about a social responsibility workshop. Okay, so moving on to semester 1. So semester 1, I had the human nutrition project. So you can see it's a shelf life project and is basically based on the iodine information. So for the second picture is about interprofessional learning activity. And then we also have the field visit to Klinik Kesihatan Putrajaya during my semester 1. For semester 2, there's a lot of activity during semester 2. So this would be my favorite semester during my study. So you can see from here we have Culture Day. So the one I did is for nutrition, is for Indonesia culture. So the second picture is about supermarket tour. So from this supermarket tour, we actually learn about nutrition labeling. And also we have the field visit to Sports Center. So in this Sports Center, we can see like what are the equipments inside the sports center, and then how they can utilize the equipments to help people to measure their physical activity and so on. Yeah. Next, so in my semester 2, there are also principle of food preparation. So these all are the practicals that I have attended lah. Yeah, so for the first one, we actually experienced a lot of things. And this one is also my favorite subjects in nutrition program, because we can actually experience different formula of the recipe, and then we see how's the different in terms of, because we study about theories. So this one is really like hands-on practicals that you can see like what are the difference between the food recipe. Yeah, when we change a little bit of the sugar, then what will be the difference? Yeah, these are the things that we do in a food preparation practicals. Okay, so we also have the analysis of nutrients in food practicals. So we need to analyze the food about what are the nutrients inside the food. And then we have also basic biochemistry practicals. Okay, coming to my short semester one. So this short semester is only with my nutrition friends. So we actually did a project on video shooting. We went to the organic farm and then to see whether the environment can be improved. Yeah, something like this. And then the other picture is for a functional food presentation. So this is the picture that we taken after our presentation. So you can see our happy face after the presentation. Yeah, so for the semester 3, so semester 3, my semester 3 is for on the nutrition assessment methods. So we need to do a report. So in this semester, you really need to familiar with all the household measurement. And then this one is for the physical activity, the second picture for the physical activity. And then the first one is to measure the food, the weight of the food, and then you need to do an analysis also. And then we will have our OSCE, is a clinical practical. So we will need to deal with our client to provide some advices to them. Yeah. Okay, in my semester 3, we also went to an animal house visit before coming to the research project. So we need to know like whether we are keen to do the lab work of the animal or not. Okay, so we will also have the menu planning during our semester 3. Okay, so for my semester 4 is coming to actually a COVID year already. So yeah, you can see my semester 4 is all about the online activity. So for my new community nutrition project, we actually create an account on Instagram, and then we do about the information about food safety and also how to choose your food during COVID-19 pandemic, and then steps to follow when you're receiving the food during COVID-19. Yeah. These all are the information that we provided during our community nutrition project. Okay, so during my semester 5, so this time we can actually go out for promoting, providing the health information to the public. So this is also the first time that I went on to the FB Live for this. Yeah, so we actually do provide the how to eat well and also how to cook in a healthy way to the pregnant mothers. Okay, and in semester 5, we also did our research project. So my research project is on the sensory evaluations of egg custard pudding. So this one is the one I made for my participants to taste. They need to eat my product and then need to rate on the sensory evaluation part. Okay. Okay, so after the semester 5, then we have the short semester 2. This one is basically practicum, is the internship in nutrition program. So I actually went to 2 places. One is Klinik Kesehatan, and then the other one is Talk Love. So in Klinik Kesehatan, there are a lot of activities. So the first one you can see here, we actually do a menu based on the suku-suku separuh concept. So this one is the second picture is the preparation when we are doing the menu. And this one is the picture that we take in the preparation. Yeah, so this all is the menu that we prepare. Okay, so for the bottom picture, this one is actually I'm explaining to the pregnant mothers about the informations on anemia. So this one is real client that I meet in life. So yeah, I need to provide a very brief introduction to anemia and provide some help advices about how can you eat during your anemia, and then what are the consequences if the anemia can not be treated, may it be affected your baby. Yeah, so these are the things that I need to tell the client. And then the second picture here is the nutrition consultation to malnutrition children. So the mother bring the children to see a nutritionist, and then we need to provide how to improve on their health condition. And this is the picture that we took during our project. Okay, so for the others, we going to the primary school to see whether their menu is healthier. And then we did a food pyramid. This one is the new release food pyramid, Malaysian Pyramid 2020. So yeah, that we did actually a magnet game, so that can be carried everywhere. It's easier to carry. Yeah. So these are the things that I did in Klinik Kesehatan. So before I move on to other memories, so I just want to share with you that my practicum 2 in Talk Love is actually what I did as a corporate nutritionist in as of now. So yeah, just now I already shared about it, so I wouldn't share it again. So I will move on to my others memory in uni. So this one is actually not within the nutrition program, but I just want to share with you that my happy memories. So this one is during orientation, the first one. And then the second one, I volunteered at in a zoo Negara. And then the third one is about TEDx IMU as a subcommittee. And then senior junior night. Okay, and these two at the staircase is actually a traditions for dietetics and nutrition student in my batch. So we will actually took every picture in after a semester is end. Then we will took a picture in the staircase. Yeah, at the staircase. So this one is with my senior, and then this one is my friends. All right. Okay, so now I will be sorry. Yeah. Now I will be sharing like how IMU can help me to be work ready in terms of the 3 important points. So these 3 important points is that I summarize from the curriculum. So the first thing is about knowledge. So I think knowledge is a foundation for every career, so not only for nutrition. So I think that is a very important point, that knowledge actually helps me to be confident when I dealing with my clients in the nutrition consultation. I need to explain the theory and also provide some health advice to my client in the calculus. So basically the client is the employees lah. So we will actually need to provide the health advice to them. So the knowledge part is really important for me. Okay, and the second thing is project management. As I mentioned just now that we organize health event, health roadshow. So this one requires me to actually have the ability to control the crowd, manage the flow, and then need to know how to deal with the sudden conditions. So IMU also prepare me with this because they're given the opportunity for project, how to do a project, how to do a presentation. So this what the things that I feel like is important when during uni, and then that helps me to be work ready. Yeah, and the third point is about communication. So when you step into a career, the communication is a inevitable part for every single day, like I would say. So you need to communicate with your clients, you need to communicate with your colleagues. So this part is when I am in IMU, this part is how I can communicate is from the presentation, because IMU given the opportunity that I can speak to the public. As you can see from the pictures there, I actually done a FB Live. I actually went to the community to give them the health advisors. I actually also go to the KK Clinic Kesehatan to actually talk to the real client. Yeah. So this is how I practice my communication skill. So yeah, these three are the important point that I would like to highlight when that time you helps me to be work ready. Yes. So definitely that what I've gained in IMU are more than what I just said lah. But however, I believe these 3 points is the one that helps me a lot in my career. So okay. So actually that's come to the end of my sharing already, but I would like to share with you with a quote lah. So learning is never ending lah. We need to keep learning to actually helps in our career. So that's what the things that keep me passionate about nutrition career also. So just want to share with you guys that learning is a lifelong journey. Yeah, so thank you very much. That's all my sharing.
Thank you very much, Chi Yin. It was a very, very comprehensive presentation. In fact, you seem to be making a great impact at your workplace too, for the well-being of the employees. And the attendance of the employees at all your workshops actually speaks volumes. Thank you again for sharing your experiences. Now let's welcome our next presenter, Ms. Foo Kai Li. Ms. Kai Li graduated with a degree in nutrition from University Science Malaysia, and she is now working as a sports nutritionist in National Sports Institute at Bukit Jalil. She's a part of the national team in numerous major sports events, including the SEA Games and the Para SEA Games, Commonwealth Games, as well as the recent Olympic Games 2020. She's currently taking care of the national diving, swimming, archery, artistic gymnastic team as well. As a part of her role, she regularly conducts body composition measurements, energy and hydration assessments for the athletes. Ms. Foo also provides nutrition counseling and nutrition talks, not only for the athletes, but also to the coaches and the community as a strategy to elevate the sports nutrition of the country. Welcome, Ms. Foo, and the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. It's my honor to share my experience as a nutritionist in ISN here. So I will share my slide now. Can you see the slide?
Yes, visible. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I have been working in ISN for 5 years. So throughout these 5 years, I'm very glad to have a lot of chance for the multi-games attachment, such as for the SEA Games 2017, and also involved in the preparations of our national athletes for the Commonwealth Games and also the Asian Games in 2018, and also last year Olympic Games, and also our recently the SEA Games in Vietnam. So now we are in the process of preparing our athletes towards the Commonwealth Games, which will be happening very soon. Yeah. So to start the ball rolling, I would like to share with you why I chose sport nutritionist as my career. Before entering ISN, I involved in various recreational kind of sports, more to the endurance type, such as running, swimming, and badminton, but with limited knowledge in sport nutrition. Therefore, I'm really interested to know how I can apply the sport nutrition as a strategy to enhance my sport experience. Other than that, I always feel proud to see our national athletes to stand high in the national podium, make our country proud at the international arena. And I always wish to do something to help them to achieve their performance best. That's why I choose to be a sport nutritionist. Okay, here are the general function of our sport nutrition. So this includes the recovery. Yeah, it's very important, not just for recovery after the injury, but also recovery after each of the training session, especially for those having back-to-back training session. Yeah, it's very important for them to be able to recover and get ready for the next session. As sport nutritionists, we always work to help to make sure our athletes are in the ideal body compositions. And it's very important to help them to prevent the injury, because we know if they injured, this will jeopardize their career as the athletes, not just affect their training, but also affect their participations in the coming competitions. Yeah, we also trying hard to do the educations and consultations to help them to avoid any dietary discomfort, as in like before the training, for example, we will advise them not to eat too oily food, yeah, not too spicy food, so that this will not irritate the stomach and will not cause any stomach discomfort. Yeah, as sport nutritionists, we always do various kind of assessment, including the nutrients assessment, so that we know what they need, not just for health, but also for the competitions and their training needs. Okay, next, moving to the core services here in our sport nutrition center. I believe as nutrition and dietetic students, we are very well equipped with the knowledge to do the nutrition care process well. We have plenty of opportunities to apply the knowledge that we learn in university. Do sport nutrition assessment, like the body composition assessment, the hydration assessment, and also the energy balance assessment to make sure the athlete got enough energy for the training, yeah, and also for the competition as well. So from the assessment, we will determine their needs and also do the intervention programs accordingly, such as educations, consultations, weight management, and sport supplements to be prescribed according to their situations. Yeah, to work in the sport settings, we will have a lot of chance for sport attachment. Is it not just at the training venue, but also at the multi-sport events? Okay, in ISN, we have a lot of assessment to do, including the body composition assessment. And the most common one is the skin fold assessment. Yeah, to do this test, actually we need to pass through a course named as IZ course. Yeah, to be qualified and perform the assessment for our athletes. So for the skin fold assessment, the basic measurements are to take the body mass, the height, the 8 skin fold site, and also the circumference measurement, as well as the bone breadth measurements. Okay, not only the skin fold assessment, we also have the bioimpedance analysis assessment and also DEXA assessment for our athletes. So for DEXA, not only we get the body composition data, we also get the bone mineral density data. Yeah, the purpose of this assessment is to monitor the athlete progressions from time to time. For example, we will based on our periodization plan. Yeah, like for example, at the start of a season, after they come back from off season, we do a baseline assessment. After that, we will do follow-up assessment to make sure the athlete is always in the best ideal body compositions from time to time. Especially those in weight management, we will do the frequent body comp assessment for them. Okay. Next is the hydration assessment. This is very important to make sure our athletes are well hydrated during the training time and also competitions, especially for the sports training under hot and humid and the environment, such as for archery, for shooting athletes, for the team sport events, such as football, which the athletes train under the hot sun. So we know that dehydrations may jeopardize their performance, may affect their concentrations and focus during the training and competition. That's why we place a very important role to make sure the athletes are well hydrated and to develop the proper drinking strategy for them. Yeah, same as the body comp assessment here, we got various types of assessment to perform here. The easiest one is to observe the urine color. The more concentrated the color, we know the athletes are not in a good hydration state. And we also do weigh in and weigh out, meaning that we weigh the athlete right before the training and after the training. We want to see how much weight loss experienced by the athlete, and we advise the athlete to drink how much water to replace the sweat loss during the training time. And in the picture, you can see there is an equipment that we use, which is the USG, urine specific gravity test. We use a pen refractometer for that purpose to assess the hydration of the athletes, and it's a very convenient way, and we get the reading to interpret the hydration status of athlete at particular sessions. Okay, education sessions, right? It's not just about the classroom setting. We do education sessions basically everywhere, no matter it's at the gym, at the training venue, or is in our nutrition office. Depends on the convenience and the timetable of the athletes. We know sometimes the athletes are very rushing. They are having a hectic schedule. They come after class, so we will need to slow in time for educations. Sometimes we need to go to the training venue, not necessary to have the proper presentation slide or set out the projector or what. Sometimes we just bring the handouts for them or just go there and verbally to brief them the topic such as pre, during, post training nutrition, hydrations, supplementations, and also travel nutrition. Depends on the current needs and what they need to know at that particular training sessions and the phase of training and competitions. Okay, so as sport nutritionists, we have a lot of chance for attachment during the training competition, and depends on where is the locations of the training. So if it is at our place near to our is within vicinity of Institute Sukan, so we will have the facility such as the MSN Cafe. We can order food for the athlete, such as the banana sandwich. Just to make sure they get enough energy and to sustain them throughout the training time. Of course, not just to make sure they are having enough energy throughout the training time, but also is well hydrated throughout the training time. So our role is very important and to be there for them. And we can advise them to eat and top up the water to suit to the training needs. And nutrition consultation. Mostly we do consultations covering the topics such as weight management and also the individual medical concern such as high cholesterol, gout, and maybe hypertension. So this is very individualized, and it can happen anywhere. It's not just in our nutrition office, but also at the training and competitions venue according to their needs. Training observations. This is very important to build a good rapport with our athletes, because we know for the different training session, the energy requirements will be different. As nutritionists, we will have tasks to assess the energy requirements for the athletes. Therefore, we need to know the energy expenditure of the athlete. By sitting in office, we really cannot imagine how is the training situations and the nature of the competitions. So we always need to go to the field to observe the trainings, to understand what they do on the single sessions training day, double sessions, or during the gym sessions. The energy requirements will be totally different. Like for swimming, we need to know what are the pet events of the athletes. Maybe the athlete's pet event is the freestyle, some pet event is the breaststroke. Yeah, so the energy requirements is different. And we need to see the intensity and durations of the training as well. So from there, we will have our methods to calculate the energy requirements. And to be there is very important so that they will recognize us as a team member. And if they have any concern, especially nutrition one, they will automatically come to you. And also you can do consultation on the spot from time to time and having constant discussion with the coaches to understand the current needs and what we can do to help them to enhance the sport performance. Yeah, sometimes we also have chance to explore and to really try out the sport. Yeah, because by doing so, we will understand the sport better and we can serve the athletes better. Sometimes the movement seems very easy, but when we go and do on our own, yeah, it's very, very hard. And for competition attachment, yeah, it's not just to support the athlete and cheer for them on that particular event. We also need to make sure we do our task, make sure they eat enough, make sure they got the food, snacks, and drinks that to support the competitions from time to time. And this is very important, especially for the category sport in which they need to do weigh-in before the training. And if they overweight or not in the specific range of the body weight, they will be disqualified from the competition. That's why our role is very important, especially for the combat sport or for the aesthetic kind of sport, because we need to make sure the athletes are in ideal body weight category so that they are qualified for the competitions and can perform throughout the competitions. Okay, just now I have shared about the role as sport nutritionist. Now I would like to share about other parts of my journey, more to do with our center role, yeah, such as the professional development. We have the chance to take courses such as the IZ course, Sport Science Level 1, to equip us with the fundamental knowledge in our sport science, so that we know what our colleagues did. Because we work in ISN in a multidisciplinary team, we are not working alone. We need to know what our colleagues, our team members are doing, such as the biomechanics, such as the performance analyst, the psychologist, and also the gym and conditioning officer. We need to know at least some general knowledge and applications from their disciplines. And also we have the chance to learn and to be qualified as an anti-doping advisor by undertaking the sports under WADA, the course under WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Agency course. Okay, so to enhance and to keep ourselves up to date on the latest findings in the nutrition and dietetics, so we always have the continuous professional developments and the journal clubs from time to time in our center, not just as participant, but also as presenter. Yeah. We also always being invited to give talk, such as for the coaching course for the Institute Latihan, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, and also other kind of invitational talk by the sport clubs, by the community, for the community events and so on. And yeah, not just for the like talk and the professional developments, we also have some important role in ISN as some form of committee, such as for supplement procurement. We have the important role to ensure supplements that we buy are doping free, and also achieve the health needs that the athletes they require. And in ISN, we have a lot of chance for the conference presentations. We need to do research and publication as well. So the common one is the MOHE, which is the Movement Health and Exercise Conference, which we attend annually. At that, we will do either poster or oral presentations. Okay. So in our center, Sport Nutrition Center, we are currently developing a sport nutrition, sport supplements guideline to be established one day. So currently we are in the process of internal review process. So we hope the documents can be published very soon. Yeah. Sport nutritionist, we also have the chance for community nutrition aspect, such as for the exhibitions, for the roadshows, for the carnival events. And in our center, right, we have a lot of unique, such as the unique educations and research, the food and beverages, clinical units, assets and programs, and supplements unit. So for me, my role in the center is more to the unique education and research. So my role includes the administration part, such as handling with our practical students and also new staff education programs. Okay. Here are the pictures for nutrition talk, which we do the talk not just for the athletes, but also to the coaches, but also for the communities. And we also have the ongoing video shooting for the promotional materials in our ISN social media. And for community event, the most common one is the Fit Malaysia, which is the initiative under Kementerian Belia and Sukan, which was quite active before the MCO. And our role there is to prepare the healthy snacks and beverages for the public and to introduce our core services in ISN to the public as well. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, in ISN, we're not working alone as nutritionists. We have a team of members. So we help each other to perform our tasks in the high performance setting. So sometimes I will help my teammates, such as biomechanics, to do the isokinetic testing, to do the video recording at the training venue, and also to help the physiologists with the recovery for the athletes, and also to help them to take the some blood test result, like we do the blood intake and also for the blood glucose data, just for monitoring of the athlete's performance from time to time. Okay. In ISN, we have basically 7 kinds of sport group. So there are actually 8 sport nutritionists in our center, and each of us have different sport category, and we need to learn about our sport before we go to our sport, and also to know the specific energy requirements and understand the requirements of the sports, the trainings and competitions. So each of us have different experience and different knowledge to apply in different sport categories based on our athlete situations. Okay, what is next in my journey? I have the interest in sports supplements, and I'm going to turn my area of interest in these sports supplements into my area of expertise, and I'm in the process of achieving that because we are currently developing the sports supplements guideline to be established one day. So it's going to help for the athletes, for the coaches, and for those related, especially the sports, the support personnel, so that they know how to choose supplements for the athletes and to make sure athletes not involved in the doping issue. And as in the high performance team, I'm currently team member for aquatic sport, which is for diving or swimming. So one day I might be progressing to become team leader for my sport. Okay, so towards the last part of the presentations, I would like to share with you regarding a few career prospects for nutrition. Yeah, so after graduated as a nutritionist and dietetics students, right? So with the proper sport nutrition knowledge, you can work as a freelance sport nutritionist or dietitians, like in the sport clubs, for the swimming clubs, or for the football clubs. Yeah, you can have plenty of the opportunity to apply what you learn, the theory you learn, so to help to enhance the sport. And for the fitness sector, usually it's more applicable for those fitness enthusiasts with the background in some nutrition. Having the sport nutrition knowledge, not only they can become the fitness instructor at the gym, they also can perform some nutrition consultations and also body comp assessment for the client as well. Okay, we also have some ex-colleagues working in the sports school, like the Sekolah Sukan Bukit Jalil, mostly deal with the catering at the canteen of the athletes. Yeah, so ISN is the best platform if you're interested in sport nutrition and would like to apply and to help to enhance the performance of our athletes. Yeah, so some of the ex-colleagues, right, they also have chance to be hired under the National Sport Council, which is MSN. So at that, they also have very important role to help the development of the state athletes. Yeah, so we proceed to the next slide. These are just some basic maybe requirement, yeah, for sport nutritionists and dietitians. It's very important to be flexible. Yeah, bear in mind that our job is not to just sit in office all the time to enjoy the aircon. Yeah, we also need to go to the field. Sometimes it's very hot. And we need to be flexible, as in we need to work sometimes, right, before after the work. Yeah, we need to work OT and also to work over the weekend, especially when athletes are having very crucial training preparations towards the multi-sport events or very important tournaments or championship. And also we also have a lot of attachment. So if that is the case, we will need to sacrifice our weekends, yeah, for the attachment. And passion in sport is very important. This will motivate you to work better and serve better to our national athletes. To be proactive is important because we will need to go to the field, go to the training venue very often. Yeah, if we just sit in the office, we really cannot understand the nature of the sport. We cannot really have the chance to discuss with the coaches and discuss with our team members. So we need to be proactive to have constant discussions with our team member, yeah, high performance team, and also with our sport nutrition center colleagues, so that we will share our experience together and also to do the journal clubs and also the CPD. Okay, for time management, because here each of us have a multiple of sport to take care. So time management is very important. And just for the sport, we also have many roles, many tasks to do in our sport nutrition center. Yeah, so this can be very challenging as in time management, and we are trained to to manage our time well in ISN. And soft skill is very important because constantly required to do presentations, have discussions, with our coaches, our athletes, with the associations, and also with our colleagues in Sport Nutrition Center. So every day we need to talk with people. We are not just sitting at our place and facing the laptop all the time. So this is very important so that we will know how to deal with people and also to solve the problem. Okay, that's all for my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kylie, for a very, very comprehensive presentation. You have actually highlighted some of the important aspects of sports where nutrition plays a very central role. You have also linked and explained the importance of not only nutrition, but also hydration and weight management of the athletes. We are very proud of your contribution in the holistic training of the national athletes. Thank you once again for sharing your experiences. Now let's welcome our final presenter, Professor Norima Abdul Karim. She is currently a professor in the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics under the School of Health Sciences at the International Medical University. With an extensive working experience of more than 35 years, she contributes to the university in the areas of dietary assessment methods, community nutrition of various communities, as well as health promotion. Her research interest is on nutritional epidemiology, community nutrition, as well as nutrition education and health promotion and management. She has more than 50 peer-reviewed publications. She has also supervised 30 postgraduate students. Prof. Norima works closely with several committees under the Ministry of Health, chairing the PWG Nutrition Research in Malaysia. In addition to this, she also holds key positions such as Honorary Secretary, Nutrition Society of Malaysia, Vice President, Malaysian Association for the Study of Obesity, and Honorary Secretary, Malaysian Association of the Study of Obesity, Expert Panel for Nutrition Month Malaysia, as well as Positive Parenting. Without further ado, I welcome Prof. Norima. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Snigdha, for the very kind introduction here. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet, Prof.
Not yet. Let me try this one. Your screen is paused. Okay, let me stop share first. Try again. Try again.
Would you want me to share the screen otherwise?
If you can, but I'm still can try one more time.
Sure.
This should be the one. Oh, it says your screen sharing is paused. Maybe you can help me, Dr. Snigdha.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim while you are sharing. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So earlier we have heard from the earlier presenters, Miss Kylie as a sport nutritionist and Chi Yin as a corporate nutritionist, more in community nutrition. So how interesting their roles are in their respective positions. But other than that, of course, besides just, of course, when we graduate, we will immediately want to get a job. There is also another channel which we can go to. Okay, we are still having technical.
It shows your screen sharing is paused. Can I get back to the...
How do I unpause that? Okay, I see something. This screen, do you want, this will stop other, no, let me stop that. There is a recording, but I don't know how it's paused.
Yep. Please.
Let me try again. Okay, let me try. How do you
Could you please click on resume sharing, please?
okay, resume. Yes, yes.
Sharing.
Resume share.
Now it shows
My,
you started sharing screen, but we are unable to see it, Prof.
yeah, because it says here your screen sharing is paused. Maybe I should click that. Enhance recording to the cloud.
I can't share because it shows that you are screen sharing.
Wait. Okay, let's try again.
Can the organizers help, please?
Only hosts who can start sharing when someone else. Only hosts who can share, or panelists. Okay, that's quite strange. Just now I tried and we can do that.
Can you see, Prof?
Okay, yes.
Okay, let's proceed with this.
Okay, this will stop other. Okay, so do you want to continue?
Okay. I shall operate the slides, Prof, for you.
Okay, all right. So, okay, thank you, Dr. Snigdha. All right, so what I'm going to talk about is like, what can students do, or even people at work do after, for example, for students, of course, after completing an undergraduate degree in nutrition. But for our presenters, for example, Kai Li and also Chi Yin, even though they have started working, they can also continue their journey in their education to do a postgraduate degree. So commonly, what undergraduate students will do when they get their degree will be, some will take a break and go for holidays. Some students will immediately enter workforce, while some already are thinking to pursue a postgraduate degree. And for those at work, for example, like Kylie, she would like to be specialized in sports nutrition, but so of course, while working, she can still do a postgraduate degree. And the area that you can do your postgraduate could be very similar to what you are actually doing while you are working. And for new students who have just graduated, sometimes when you already had your research experience during your undergraduate, you are very inclined and have a deeper passion towards the project that you are doing. So you can also do that and continue in your postgraduate. Next, Dr. Snigdha. Right. So some reasons, the top reasons that a student or even somebody who are at work pursue a postgraduate studies is because definitely postgraduate studies will make you gain a qualification from undergraduate. Now you are a master student, or even if you are even more very objective in the long journey, even to pursue your PhD. And postgraduate studies, it also starts with your passion of a subject. Again, I would like to mention Kylie. She's so passionate about her work in sports nutrition, and I'm sure if she would like to pursue the postgraduate, she would go along the sports nutrition, like for example, Chi Yin, she would probably will pursue in community nutrition, and the area that she would do would very much maybe relate to her experience at work as well, right? Now, postgraduate studies definitely will enhance your skills, will enhance your abilities, will enhance your knowledge. And of course, you will become very specialized in the area that you are doing in your postgraduate studies. For Kylie, for example, if she was helping the divers, for example, maybe she would want to do her specialization in that kind of sports nutrition or in other areas as well. And definitely postgraduate studies will improve your career prospects, yeah, and even sometimes can change your career direction. If, for example, from masters you decided to pursue to PhD, then even then you can turn yourself as a desire, for example, to work in a research area or even in academia, where at the end of it, we usually will have PhD. Now, postgraduate studies with a higher qualification, it would increase your earning potential. So many reasons to pursue postgraduate studies. Next. Now, so what are the route or the route to a postgraduate studies? Most important, of course, you must have a bachelor's degree, whether it's nutrition, whether it's dietetics. So the bachelor's degree will be the first stepping stone. And then what next will be, it has to be a master's, the next step. And the master's can be done in two modes, I would say. One will be you can do master's by research, when you really do research in a particular area of your passion, or you can do a master's by coursework, which is the in-depth information knowledge of the courses that you have taken earlier in the undergraduate, but at master's level, it will go one step up because it is at master's level. Okay, now after master's, you shouldn't stop there. You can still continue postgraduate studies to PhD. Again, there are two modes here. Some you can go straight from master's to PhD. For some brilliant students, even they can convert, yeah, master's research, master's philosophy straight to PhD. For some, you have to do masters of research and then you go back again, start again PhD. So that means the journey will be longer. But for some people where the postgraduate master's research is so good that it can be converted to PhD, then your postgraduate studies for PhD can be shorter. Okay, next please. Now, so areas of specialization or area of discipline. So we heard just now about corporate nutritionists that will be specialization in community nutrition, more towards public health nutrition, like Kylie would be more sports and exercise nutrition, or it can be nutritional sciences. So basically, if you look at this slide, there are so many areas that you can specialize. For example, you are interested in molecular nutrition, then you can go that direction, or even nutritional anthropology and also clinical nutrition. So basically, areas of specialization is very diverse. Yeah, so for postgraduate students, actually, you can go back to your faculty in IMU and see which lecturers are doing what. So and hopefully that maps with your interest in doing postgraduate studies. These are all disciplines that you can go into. Yeah, so many of these. Next. Right. In IMU, the pathway to postgraduate degree, we have two master's level. The first one is the Public Health Master of Science in Public Health, which the commencement of this postgraduate degree will be in March and in September. And the length of time for you to complete Master of Science in Public Health, it is 1 year if it is a full-time master's. But if you were to take it as a part-timer, that would definitely take longer because probably you will be working part-time and then studying part-time. So for their part-timers, it could be as minimum as 2 years or it could drag up to 6 years. But I always feel, yeah, as a lecturer, I always feel that the sooner you finish, that would be better, because the longer you take is usually very likely you would have challenges in completing the master's or even PhD. Now, the masters in IMU will be the Masters of Science, and this one also can go all the way to PhD of Medical and Health Sciences. Now, for this Medical and Health Sciences, you can start any time of the year, different from the public health, where it has to be March and September. But for Medical and Health Sciences Masters and PhD, you can start the degree throughout the year. And if it's a master's degree, it will take 1 year if you're doing it full time, and it has to be completed in 2 years if it is part-time. Yeah. Now for PhD, it will be 3 years full-time and 4 years part-time. Now I know of some students who do medical and health sciences in Master of Science, and because their project is very good and has potential to be expanded to become PhD, then they can just continue their master's straight to PhD. So usually within 3 years and 4 years, they would already get their PhD. Okay, next please. Now, so in IMU, we have got many students who have completed their masters in medical and health sciences by research. For example, our Miss Chang Chi Yin, who did a research on metabolic response to isomaltose by Malaysian adults, and she has completed this. Another student, Melissa Leong, yeah, she also did masters in medical and health sciences. This medical and health sciences, it has to be by research, looking at the effects of 16 weeks of supplementation of vitamin D and parathyroid hormones responses among women. Yeah, so it's a double-blinded randomized clinical trial. Now, when you are a postgraduate student, you always must share your work, meaning your results, to attend conferences, meaning you can present as a poster, you can present in an oral presentation, and not only that, once you have about to complete or still doing, you can participate in a competition, for example, in Nutrition Society Malaysia. So our Melissa Leong, she won the second prize award in a young researchers symposium, where she presented her result in a competition, to be competing with other postgraduate studies in other universities in Malaysia. And so she got that. She got second prize, and she also won the NSM Postgraduate Thesis Prize in 2019 and won the Presentation Award in 20th International Conference of Nutrition and Dietetics. Okay, so other than this, going to conferences, also you, if you can, you must publish your results in refereed journals and so on. Next, please. Now, so more students from IMU who did their masters, Miss Samantha Wong, she did on validation and reproducibility of calcium and vitamin D FFQ, and she also won last year's NSM Postgraduate Prize, and our Dr. Henry Chang, who won NSM Postgraduate Prize for this year, he did on peak bone mass attainment in Malaysian children. Yeah, so all these need to be shared with others in conferences, and I'm sure all these students also publish their work in journals so that other people know what they have been doing in their research, and it's good to share what you have already done to the scientific community and also to the general community. Okay, next. Dr. Snida, right? Okay, we've got our faculty in the department here, Dr. Kanimoli Arasu. She also won the MDA Postgraduate Prize this year. Her PhD work here on effects of soluble corn fiber and calcium supplementation on bone health indices in children 9 to 11 years. Also a very good random double-blind randomized control trial study. And I know Dr. Kanimoli also have published her work and had been presenting her work in conferences, whether in Malaysia or abroad. Okay, next. Now, so what we have also here, I'm going to share with students who are currently still doing their medical and health sciences master's degree by research. Yeah, so Chu Ziying, she is working with our Dr. Megan Chong on looking at dietary intake, antioxidant level, and inflammation status among Malaysian football players. And I think they work with Institute of ISN, right? So these are the objectives of their work, and I'm sure Chu Ziying will also be presenting results in any conferences, NSM or MDA. Next. Right, so the other student, Erica Ui, she is also now doing her project with Dr. Snigdha, and she is working on the first 1,000 days of life. Yeah, and I think she is like probably in the first year of her study. Okay, next. Rabia, yeah, Dr. Snigdha. Right. Now, before I end this a quite brief presentation, so I think as Kylie mentioned, it is always about lifelong learning. Yeah, so meaning that if you are students going into nutrition, or you are already students, or you are working, the learning just does not stop at the undergraduate level, because as you work as well, you are also continuing to learn about things while you are at work, and I hope that would also trigger you to pursue postgraduate degree. Okay, now also a little bit about Allied Health Professional Act, which is a new act which just came out here by the Ministry of Health, where everybody, nutrition students, dietetic students, yeah, when you graduate, it is very good that you register to become a allied health professional, so that you can have your registered nutritionist at the back of your name. But also, this Allied Health Professional Act would like people, young people, to become expert. Yeah, usually after 5 years of your work, you can you must have a master's degree before you can consider yourself as a specialized or expert in, for example, sports nutrition, expert in nutritional epidemiology, or so on. So what I'm saying here, that in the future, it is very important that we have to think about postgraduate study, so we can be recognized as an expert in your area. Okay, when you have a research in expertise area, so Allied Health Professional Act will recognize you as a expert, right? So with that, I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Prof. Norima, for the clear message on what's next in terms of career progression. You have also highlighted the importance of postgraduate studies, which may steer the direction of the career too. Thank you once again, Prof. I request to all the three presenters, may I request you to kindly switch on your webcam so that we could take in some questions as the time permits. There have been a couple of interesting questions, so I will read out the questions and direct them to the respective speakers. The first question is for Chi Yin. Thank you very much for sharing your sharing, and I have a few questions that follow. So there are two questions for you, Chi Yin. What are the challenges you meet in working as a corporate nutritionist? That's the first one. And the second question, could you please share the differences between working at Clinic Kesihatan versus the private sector? Over to you, Chi Yin. Let's be brief about these responses.
All right, so for the challenges that I met during my journey as a corporate nutritionist, so actually besides all the works about nutrition that in a corporate, we also need to deal with other events, other tasks out of nutrition. Yeah, that's the thing. And also for to actually give all the nutrition advisors and also the health roadshow, we actually need to see whether the time is suitable for the staff or not. So this is also one of the challenges because everyone in the corporate is actually working for their busy schedule. So we actually need to, appropriate to arrange the time for them also. Yeah, so for the second questions about the differences between the clinic kesihatan and also private sector. So this one I would say is the client. So because for the clinic kesihatan that I was working in is basically for pregnant mothers and also the children. And when I came to the private sector, that the client become all of the adults. Yeah, basically it's the staff lah. Yeah, that's the thing that I feel is the difference. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Chi Yin. The next question is for Ms. Kai Li. I'm quite interested on being a sports nutritionist. Thanks for giving such a comprehensive presentation. However, is it possible for me to know about the salary range? And also, is Malay the main language to communicate? Ms. Kai Li, please.
Thank you for the questions. So for the first question, you are mentioning about the salary range. So, well, for your information, we are just the contract post at the ISN. Yeah, we are not the permanent post. So our salary is based on the current status, which is 41. Yeah, so we were based on the JPA scheme. Yeah, so depends on the tanggal rate that we are having once we enter ISN actually. Yeah. Moving for the next question.
Is Malay the main language to communicate?
Okay. Actually, we use both language in ISN, Malay and English. But for our official meeting, like for our center meeting, we use Bahasa Melayu. Yeah, writing the memo and also the minute bersyarat. That is the main language that we use in ISN actually. In terms of communications and discussions with our athletes and coaches, it depends on the culture as well. If the sport is having more Malay, so we will use Bahasa Malaysia to communicate with them. Yeah, like for divers, because the coach is from China, so I need to communicate with him using Mandarin. Yeah, depends on the situation. But most of the time, we will use Bahasa Malaysia and English. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Kai Li. Apparently, there's another interesting question for you again. To specialize in sports nutrition, may I know, apart from doing a research study, is there other method for me to at least gain some skills? I am looking into short period courses, if any, in Malaysia.
Okay, for this question, for the advancement in the sport nutrition, right? So actually, we have some course not in Malaysia. Yeah, if you are interested to register in the IOC sport nutrition course, yeah, it's in the diploma actually, just for diploma only. And also there are sport nutrition courses being offered by the Pines Society. Can check out more for the details.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kylie. I think in the interest of time, one last question for Prof. Norima. Can I pursue a postgraduate degree overseas after completing my IMU nutrition degree? Is my IMU nutrition degree recognized overseas?
Okay, right. I know IMU degree is recognized both locally and overseas. I also know that a number of IMU students have registered in other local universities. Yeah, for example, in UKM, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, in University Putra Malaysia, and also many of them have gone to Australia and even some in UK to pursue their master's degree in nutrition. So of course, IMU degree is recognized locally and overseas.
Thank you so much, Prof. Norima. So with that, I think we need to close this session. Thank you to all the three presenters, Ms. Chi Yin, Ms. Kylie, Prof. Norima, and thank you to all the participants and the audience. Without you, this webinar wouldn't have been that interactive, and without your questions and participations, it would not have been that informative too. So thank you, everyone. And for the participants, I repeat, if you want any further information regarding the program, please email to start@imu.edu.my. Thank you once again to everyone. Have a good day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Snida.
Thank you, Prof.